how can we make sure we're accomplishing it? My core set of values, as you'll hear me speak through this is the one that stuck out to me the most. And this is the one I felt like we are lacking the most as a school. This is your basis for what you are. It's your foundation for everything that builds. It helps you stay on task. It's not likely to change. It's what's deep in your school, what's ingrained in you, what's your foundation, what is everything building off of. Promotion of success. I thought that this meant that everybody in your school needs to be on the same page for you all to be successful. And that goes from your students to your teachers, to your administration, to the librarian, the janitor, anybody that works at your school, your bus drivers. If you're all working towards the same goal and we all know what the same goal is, then you will be more successful than everybody on their own individual islands just doing what they want to do. Knowledge of skills and commitments. We need to make sure that everybody's understanding the why. Why are we doing this? What I've noticed a lot is lots of times administration, everything clicks with them and it makes sense to them. This is why we're doing this. And they don't sometimes relay that on down to everybody else. And so we need to make sure our students know, why do we have a mission statement? Why is this our vision? Why are we wanting you to accomplish this? And then I also put down here in the bottom, this little design flow. I thought that was a good way of how do we teach it? Starting with our leaders, we come up with our ideas. Everybody gets to say their point. And then ultimately you have to make a decision. And is your decision approved? Does everybody approve of it? Do they not? And then we take it back down and make sure everybody knows that this is what you chose. This is how we're going to do it. And so everybody's always on the same page. The process to maintain continuous improvements. I chose this model because this is the design thinking way, but I really like this one because you can come in at any step. You don't have to just start at the plan and create and investigate. You can go from here to there, wherever you need to go. And sometimes, especially with all the tradition at our school, we forget that change is good. Just because we've done something for a lot of years doesn't mean that's the only way we can do it. And we have to know it's not always sequential, that you can start with evaluate, and maybe we need to go back and design it a little bit more that didn't work. Maybe we need to investigate it before we create something. But we ultimately need to remember that sometimes change is good, and we don't always have to do everything like we've always done. My critical reflection. Okay, first of all, this is our mission statement. I took a picture of this. This is posted in our commons area it's posted on the wall in our commons area. And our mission statement at our school is that we believe that all students shall learn in a happy, healthy environment and become a responsible, productive members of an ever-changing society. Nobody knows who created this mission statement or how long it's truly been in our school. Our teacher that had been there the longest has been there for over 30 years, and she said they had that when she came. We did evaluate it as a district, or as our district leadership team about 7 years ago, and we determined that it was still relevant. That's still where what we want our kids to be doing. We want them to be productive whenever they leave school with whatever they choose. We do spend a lot of time with our students going over our mission statement. We read it through our morning announcements a lot. We have family groups and we all meet and discuss it and break it apart. And so we understand what is the hope out of our mission statement. Our vision statement at our school is that we'll provide all students with a high quality, rigorous, and personalized education that will guide students to a productive and successful career path. Okay, this was created in 2017 when we were going through redesign, I believe, and it's posted in our commons area. And right now, this is one of our major focuses at our high school to make sure that we're still providing the rigorous and personalized education to our students, because all of our students are different and they may need different things to be successful. Our core set of values. I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about this one because this is what kept sticking out to me as I was reading all of the articles. This is where I feel like we are lacking the most as a school. Our Purple Crush slogan was part of our redesign also, that we had to come up with what we wanted our slogan to be. And we had different students break into groups and come up with ideas of what they wanted it to be. And then we had to vote, and we announced it during one of our open houses and had a lot of parents involved. And Purple Crush was our ultimate winner. And that was based off of back in the day, we had a tradition of the football team. When they would win a football game out of town, they would drive up and down our main street with the windows down, hollering Purple Crush. And so they were trying to bring that back to show that the history's there and the tradition's there. But then we also turned it into, what do we want our students to be? We want them to be honest when they leave our school. They want them to be leaders. We want them to be understanding. We want them to be civic-minded. We want them to be good people, basically. And then we also had to create our why statement. And this is, why do we do what we do? And we want to make, and our why statement is, we want to make Cedarville Schools a place where students are the focus, where they feel safe and appreciated, and where they gain real world skills such as perseverance and drive so that they can be successful outside of school in whatever collegiate or career path they choose. And this was created by our redesign team. And this is probably one of the hardest things for us to do. Our elementary end focuses more on the Purple Crush side of it, where our high school end focuses more on the why statement. And so this is where one of those things that is not perfect for both ends of our school, because it's hard to always accomplish the same thing in high school and in elementary end with one slogan. These are both hung in our hallway, and they are both focuses in our school, but I feel like we need to set more sets of our core values, especially at our high school end. You know, our elementary, they one day a month, or each month, they choose a letter and they learn what perseverance is. They learn what unstoppable is. They learn what risk taking is, and they cover that every year so that kids understand what we're trying to accomplish with our Purple Crush. And we don't do it as well in our high school end as we probably should. My compare and contrast, one thing that I think we need to remember is that change is sometimes for the good, that we have a lot of tradition in our school, and just because we've done something for a lot of years, it doesn't mean that we can't be open to change, and that maybe we do need to change. I feel like we have strong mission and vision statements, but that we need to more work on our core values. What are we, and what is our good foundation? We need to continue to evaluate all of our data to make sure we are staying relevant. We have pretty good data on our kids, and we get the data in our hands pretty easily because we're so small, that we need to make sure we know what our kids need. We need to have places to make sure our statements are staying relevant. I think that we should probably review them every time we start a new accreditation cycle. We're starting a new one this year, so I'll probably bring that up at our next leadership meeting to make sure we're still relevant. One thing I'd like to see us work on is that we need to include our student voices more. We're real good about making our decisions for our kids and then telling them this is what we're going to do. And I think we need to find ways to incorporate it and let the kids know. Make sure that they agree that our mission statements are good, that our vision statements are good. And that way we will all be working towards the same goal. My concluding statements is, did this correlate to the CLO 1.1? And I thought it did. I think it taught us the importance of a mission and a vision statement, and that it was really good for us to be able to evaluate the ones we already had in place in our school. Made us really think, what are we trying to do? You know, is it a good statement? Is it not? If we wanted to change it, this gave us ideas and ways to change it. This assignment also allowed us the freedom to utilize the technology and data as we saw fit to complete it. Relevant. I feel like this is very relevant. This assignment had me using Google products that I wouldn't normally use. I've used Google Slides before, but not Google Current. And I've also have to learn how to upload it to YouTube. I feel like this has pushed me out of my comfort zone some, but it's good for me to understand that that's sometimes what I need to do. What I didn't realize is that we haven't spent enough time on our core values and stressing the importance of them. And I'll be bringing that up at our next leadership meeting. And my reflection, this assignment has made me really focus on our core values in the future. I know that this is a foundation that everything is based on, and that we should have started there and worked towards our mission statement instead of, I feel like we started with our mission statement and worked backwards. If I ever had to do another mission statement, we should focus on our core values first and then work that way. One thing that I do think I'm going to take away from this is I'm going to pay a lot more attention when I go to other schools and see what is their mission statement. Are they utilizing it? Do they have good ideas in it? Is that something that we might want to pay closer attention to. Because we now know that a good mission statement is important for everybody to know what you're trying to accomplish. And the other thing that I think we need to make sure we know is that we make sure to include our parents and our students in our mission statements more, instead of just telling them this is what it is. That let them have some say in it, and make sure that what their goals of our school is the same as what we as teachers and leaders in the school think that it should be. And here's my reference page, and have a good day. Bye.